Welcome back to the pipeline. We're going to do a power episode here with Sungmo, Monad's APAC lead. Sungmo, welcome to the Pipeline Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be in this Pipeline show.
It's going to be a lot of fun, for sure. We're here in Bali meeting up with the Indonesian community, couple awesome events centered around Monad. There's a large builder community out here and a large retail community as well. It's really exciting.
It is very exciting, especially because this is actually our first visit over to Indonesia. So we would really like to have a lot of more presence building up here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. One topic that seems to be on everyone's mind in crypto lately is consumer-facing applications. And it's a really broad concept, but a really important one as we look to onboard more users to crypto, more developers, and more S-tier enterprises as well. And we recently saw the announcement that IntellaX under Neowiz is coming to Monad, which was really, really exciting. What does that mean for gaming on Monad?
So giving you more background information about IntellaX and Neowiz. Neowiz is a very OG company in Korea, and they have been running their company for close to 30 years already. So they have been very successful in terms of making many games and publishing a lot of very high quality games in Korea. And now they want to jump over to a Web3 industry with their subsidiary called IntellaX. And what they want to do is they want to create a publishing platform for the Web3 games so that they can leverage their existing know-how and experiences of publishing for the Web2 games. And also they are launching this platform called Alpha Starter so that they can help very, very early stage gaming studios to fundraise. So this platform is a crowdfunding platform. So this is gonna be very helpful in terms of Monad's gaming ecosystem because we have a very big company who are all ready to support the launching and publishing of the early stage gaming companies. So I'm looking very forward to it.
Definitely. It's clear that distribution has been a huge challenge for indie studios as well as AA, AAA studios as well, trying to break into the crypto scene. And I think on a longer term horizon, we'll probably see less of a distinction between Web 2 games versus Web 3 games and a shift where it's really about the player experience at the end of the day. It's about this shared social experience that gaming provides really well. And we've seen that time and again in the Monad community. It's been a real rallying point for community members to get to know one another, compete in a friendly and fun manner. So I'm really excited to see more games coming into the Monad ecosystem, leveraging the experience that IntellaX brings to the table on the publishing side of things, and ultimately creating just a delightful, really fun gaming experience at the end of the day.
That is very true. So I think it'll be more important for other gaming companies to join Monad ecosystem because we have a lot of good infrastructures where those gaming studios can only focus on developing the games. So because we are bytecode equivalent to EVM, we are ready to leverage existing good infrastructures who are already up and running in the other EVM chains. So you can directly use those infrastructures. But at the same time, we have a very good community base. So these communities are actually translated into end users when we launch our mainnet and your game. So you will have direct access to those community where you can target your audiences and acquire your users. So I think because we have a very strong community based out of different countries, so that means we are running community country by country. So if you are targeting a specific region or a specific country, you will be able to directly target that specific country and audiences. That will really help a lot in terms of acquiring users for your game. So I really think gaming companies will benefit a lot from joining Monad ecosystem.
Yeah, definitely. And over the past 3-4 years now, we've seen a lot of Web 2 native studios break into the crypto space, and ultimately really struggle to acquire users and scale. And I think it's pretty clear that there's often a misalignment between the crypto natives, the Web3 users, and how you would categorize a traditional gamer. You have a significant focus in the crypto space on profitability and trading, whereas the core experience of gaming is about having fun, connecting with friends, competing, and kind of escaping the real world and going into a separate almost fake world, but really enjoying that experience for what it is. And for games that look to come into the Monad ecosystem, yeah, you can have a lot of confidence in the infrastructure, the chance to scale your game if you have a significant component on chain. Obviously, the massive throughput advantages that Monad offers, over 10,000 transactions per second, means that you can put a significant component of your game on chain, and if you are scaling to thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of users, have confidence that the infrastructure is going to support that scaling. And beyond it, like you mentioned, the community aspect is really, really key, because even though we have this general misalignment in crypto between gamers and crypto natives, Web3 users, there are a ton of gamers in the Monad community, and that's been a core pillar that we've built community around, seeing recurring gaming events run by community members bringing their favorite games to the Monad community, tournaments, events, and the likes. It's really exciting. So it's going to be really cool to see some awesome games actually deploying on Monad, and tapping into the subset of the Monad community that really is gaming native, and ultimately being able to scale far beyond that horizontally to bring on more true gamers, and create a delightful user experience that doesn't prohibit them from having fun in the game at the end of the day.
Right. So I think everything you said is very correct and a very strength of the Monad ecosystem. So I really think when the gaming studios are targeting the audiences, I really highly recommend actually the gaming studios to actually visit our Discord or Telegram to see how it is like, what is our culture. And we have a lot of events that are happening offline and online. So I really recommend you to actually experience that and see how strong we are, and then actually start deploying your game on chain.
Definitely. The tech at this point tends to sell itself. So does the community. When games have come into the Monad ecosystem and kind of kicked the tires on the community side of things, they see a massive response of streamers and user-generated content, and ultimately that reflects the fun that the Monad community really, really likes to have with these games. And I'm curious, what type of games would you be most excited to see on Monad?
So personally, I am really into the hack and slash kind of games, just like Diablo. But for Monad community, I would really expect some games like which you can play together with your friends and community. So, for example, like poker itself is a very simple game, but just because we can play it together, it's very, very popular in Monad community. And if we can have some more hyper-casual games where many community members can play together, I think that will be able to strengthen our community and friendship with each other. So those kind of games will be very interesting for me to see.
Definitely. I'm excited to dive headfirst into playing with the community, seeing what games are interested to come onto Monad. We're already seeing quite a strong response on that front, and it's awesome to have teams like IntellaX with such deep experience supporting the Monad ecosystem, supporting studios. And I think another really key aspect of potentially launching on Monad from a studio perspective is looking out at the broader landscape in Web3. And it is really a challenge to get funding for a lot of studios. Game development is really expensive, really time consuming. Oftentimes you need a large team to create a polished game at the end of the day. And initiatives like Monad Madness, which applications are currently open for, will enable games and other apps to get the funding they need to finish development and ultimately fund their go-to-market on top of Monad. That's a great initiative, I think.
Yeah, the funding is really important aspect, and everyone knows it's extremely expensive for a game to be developed. So we as a foundation already know that it's true, so we are initiating many different programs. So for example, like we have an accelerator program called Mach 1. So we will deliver many support for you, for example, like advising on GTM strategy, marketing support, and even some grants. So that will be rolling basis. So that's the one thing. And the second thing is the Monad Madness, which is a pitch competition. So we have 2 batches, which is the first round is in New York in October, and second batch is in Seoul, Korea, and we have $1 million prize pool so that the winners can share the prize pool together. And also we have invited multiple VCs, top VCs only, and we are supporting those VC helps and get funding from those VCs. So there will be many chances for your games to be funded through those many chances.
Definitely. It's, again, no secret that it's a challenge to gain funding, but seeing the massive interest from top tier venture capital teams to invest in Monad native projects is really unprecedented in my opinion. And it's a huge opportunity because there's so many grant programs out there with misaligned incentives between chains and games. To have over $60 million in soft commits for funding Monad native applications is absolutely huge. And I know gaming and other consumer facing apps are going to be a big part of that. So for any teams that are potentially interested in deploying on Monad, if you're at an early stage, you're looking for funding and you have a novel idea, definitely be sure to apply for Monad Madness. It's a massive opportunity. We have direct investments from VCs as well as non-dilutive prizes like you mentioned, and ultimately it leads to much more aligned incentives and a better path to growth for games that are looking to launch soon. So it's something I'm very excited for. I know you are too. It's going to be an exciting couple months ahead as we see more and more applications rolling in for Monad Madness, as well as the Mach 1 accelerator program. Lots to look forward to.
I'm very excited too, because this was actually my personal initiative too. So I always wanted to host a big pitch competition or hackathon in APAC region as well. And that actually developed into the idea of Monad Madness. So that's why myself and the intern is together taking the initiative for this very big event. So I'm personally very excited for this. So please do apply for that so that we can develop something great together.
Couldn't agree more. Sungmo, it was awesome to chat with you. I think there's a ton to be excited for here. We have a lot coming up in the next few days, meeting some gaming teams. We're going to a gaming event later today. We'll be meeting up with the community as well as other developers, builders, community members from across APAC and even beyond as well. So it's going to be exciting. Stay tuned to the pipeline for all updates, all news, everything exciting coming your way from Monad.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.